Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex here for tonight's game. Last home game of the season for the Breathitt County Bobcats here on senior night. Breathitt County will play host to the Prestonsburg Blackcats. I'm Rob Hounshell, joined here tonight by my co-host Eric Collins. Eric, what do you think about tonight's matchup between the Blackcats and the Bobcats?
Well, I'm curious to see how things are going to shake out here tonight, Rob. The Blackcat team rolls into the Riverbank that's undefeated, and that's you feel one way about an undefeated team. You got to get hyped up for something like that, and you know that they've been playing good football to have a record like that. But the Bobcats have, peaking at the right time, so to speak. They've played really well the last 2 weeks, and I think we're going to find out just what they're made of here tonight.
Well, Coach Wes Hager and the Blackcats clicking on all cylinders right now, as you mentioned, undefeated, coming in here ranked 6th in Class 2A in win-loss records and RPI points. Folks, we got about 8:59 on the clock here from the Riverbank. We're going to take a break for a few messages here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, and we'll be back to kick this one off here from Jackson. Bobcats and the Blackcats coming up next.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5502.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price. Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head to head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
All right, folks, we are back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation, bringing you the best in football action here in Eastern Kentucky. Tonight, we only have one game going on our live stream, and that is the hometown Breathitt County Bobcats taking on the visiting Prestonsburg Blackcats. So the Blackcats, Eric, it's probably been a long time since they've been with this much success, especially coming here to the Riverbank. They've had some great teams, and they've always been a force to be reckoned with in mountain football. But being 9-0 gives you a little bit to brag about here late in the season.
Yep, it absolutely does. You don't get to 9-0 without having some talent, and having overcome some adversity during the season. It's not an easy task. So I haven't had the opportunity to watch this team play. I'm really curious to kind of see how they are going to attack the Bobcats tonight on offense and defense, and really see how this plays out tonight.
Well, looking at the stat line, the Bobcat defense needs to be ready. We've got Dalton Elliott and Alex Harris. Elliott, of course, well over the 1,000-yard mark at 1,200 in rushing yards for the year, and Alex Harris knocking on the door at 950. So both of those guys with a lot of yardage and doing some things on the ground. Passing yards and receiving, not so much for Prestonsburg. They've got 3 guys at 9 games in the season. They're well over 100 yards for receptions, but it looks to be a run-dominated offense for the Blackcats as team captains find their way onto the field. Breathitt County, of course, here on senior night, and they will host all of the seniors out at midfield for team captains as we get ready for the coin toss with 2:34 on the clock.
If that's the case here, if we're facing a ground game, if they like to ground and pound, then the Bobcats, that tells me they're going to have to play good up front, in the box, and they're going to have to be sure tacklers tonight. Anybody that's had that much success on the ground game, they're good at blocking up front. They have their schemes correct. So the defensive linemen and the linebackers are going to have to fulfill their responsibilities, keep contained. And they're going to have to hit and roll the hips and wrap up and get these Blackcats on the ground.
Well, we always talk about the opposing team's schedule. First game of the season, Prestonsburg able to knock off Leslie County 22-19. They've had some big wins against East Ridge, against Lewis County, against Pike Central, also against Floyd Central and Not Central. They've also been a disciplined and a team that has played big up front when it comes to winning close games. They beat Martin County 22-21. They beat Paintsville 21-20, and we made mention of that win over Leslie County 22-19 there early. So, a team that's disciplined and a team that is focused is a team that wins ball games like that late in the game and close games. Yeah. You and I know what it's like to win a close game, and just to be honest with you, that has to raise a few eyebrows about this Blackcat team.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we've already said, you don't get to be undefeated without facing adversity and persevering through that. And, the Bobcats, they've showed a few things here the last couple games, I think. They've struggled early on in the season, but, they've put up some numbers, and they have grown and developed, I think, as a team. And, it's fine to be playing good early in the game and win those early games. You want to see that. You want to go undefeated, but it's more important to win these games late in the season.
Well, we've watched over the last few weeks, we've watched a Bobcat team that have taken some hard knocks as the team comes onto the field, led by their senior classmen. We've watched this team take some hard knocks early in the season, especially against some big foes like Johnson Central, against Belfry, and against some schools that always have a team that is ready to go to a state championship or be a semifinalist at least. And we've watched this team battle against those clubs. We've watched them grow. And to be honest with you, I'd have to reiterate what you said. This team is playing probably the best football that they've played all season here late in the season.
There's a reason you schedule those type of teams early. Even if you know that you may struggle against them, that builds character, and that builds the things that you need late in the season, like poise and focus and perseverance. I know Coach Holcomb used to always talk about you got to face adversity. That was one of his keywords, and they have faced it all year long. And it seems like they've developed as a team, and they're a young team also. So, it's really going to be interesting to see how they play and how they handle adversity here tonight against an undefeated Blackcats team.
We recognize a group of guys out here on the field that don't get a lot of recognition unless they're throwing the laundry on the field. Our head referee tonight, Brian Napier. Our umpire is Jake Johnson. Our head linesman is Corey Allen. Line judge Will Fugit. Side judge Rhett Aldred. Field judge Tim Kugler. And our back judge is Travis Perry. And we'd like to say thanks to that group of referees for being here tonight for tonight's game with the Bobcats and the Blackcats as we get ready to kick this one off. Eric, I was talking and I did not see the coin toss, but the Blackcats are set up to kick. And back deep for the Bobcats on the receiving team, we have John Carter Holland and Eli Thomas, both of those guys very dangerous in their respectable running manners. The Blackcats set to kick this one off here, 12 minutes on the clock. As we get this underway from the riverbank, low kick going to go over towards the sideline and be handled by Adam Spencer. He gets away. No, he's going to be brought down by the Blackcats. Number 55. Looked like Adam was going to be able to break that tackle and get away, but number 55, Noah Price, the sophomore, making a big tackle here on the kickoff kickoff team for Prestonsburg.
You know, they haven't even played a play yet except a kickoff, and you can tell by watching these Blackcats how they run on the field. They're looking like an undefeated team. They got some pep in their step, and it looks like they might be ready to play tonight. We'll have to see how the Bobcats handle this.
Bobcat offense gets set. Two receivers far side of the field, give up inside. I believe that was Gibson. We'll see. No, that was Thomas. Thomas on the carry. So the first carry for Thomas good for about 3 yards. It'll be second and we'll say 6. So pick up of 4 yards for Eli.
Decent little push up front by the Bobcats. The Blackcats defended that well, but, you know, you've really got to try to establish that running game early to see if you can set up the passing game later in the ball game.
Holland waits on the snap. 3 receivers to the left. Give to Gibson. Gibson going to drive forward for a pickup of a yard, maybe 2. So a good stand again by the Prestonsburg Blackcat defense to keep the offense honest on the running game for the Bobcats. It'll be 3rd and 4, so a pickup of 2 yards. Ball on the 38-yard line.
Yeah,
on 3rd down.
Here's the first adversity the Bobcats are going to face tonight. 3rd down on the very first possession. This could go a long way for kind of setting the tone for the night for them.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Give to Thomas. Thomas going to be tackled right around the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time made by Logan Stumbo, number 52.
Well read and defended by the Blackcats there. They look like a disciplined defense right now, Rob.
Yeah, great discipline on defense that time by Stumbo and the whole Blackcat squad to contain Thomas. Thomas was looking for a break, looking for that alley. Tried to make him miss, but Stumbo there for the tackle. 2 receivers to the left now for the Bobcats. Holland with 1 back to each side. Tries to make the Blackcats jump off sides with a hard count. Prestonsburg looking, the linebacking core looking to the sideline for the call from Coach Moore just as much as Miles Holland. Give to Thomas. Thomas with a big pickup of the first down, and he broke it down the sideline. He's the 30, the 20, the 10, 1 man behind him, and he brings him down, but he's already in the end for the score with 9:45 on the clock. Eli Thomas says, thank you very much for the tackle to line of scrimmage, and the next down, I'll take it to the house. Bobcats go up first, 6-0 with 9:45 on the clock.
Well, that was an outstanding play right there. Good blocking, great execution by the Bobcat offense. What were we saying about adversity right there?
Yeah.
The Bobcats did not back down. 4th down and 4 on the very first drive. Coach Moore had confidence in his team, and he was rewarded for it.
Well, you said it all right there. The confidence in Thomas to take it to the house, but the confidence in the coaching staff for the Blackcats to be expecting the pass. And Holland turns, gives it to Thomas, and he takes it down the left sideline for the score. Braxton Terry, the senior, comes on to the field and is successful with a point after. And with 9:45 on the clock, that'll make it 7-0. We appreciate Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy being our sponsor here for our scoring plays. We'll take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
For over
100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Special thanks to Buckhorn Children's and Family Services for this being the game of the week. And at the end of the game, we will pick a Buckhorn Children and Family Services player of the game here on senior night. Bobcats go up first, 9:45 on the clock. They're up 7-0 after the point after by senior Braxton Terry. Preston Turner on for the kick. He'll kick it back to about the 21-yard line, and it'll be handled by the Blackcats, and they've got it on the sideline. And they're going to bring it up to about the 42, 43-yard line before the running back is ran out of bounds on the Blackcat sideline.
You know, Rob, that was just a tremendous start to the ball game. I think that the way they scored there on 4th and 4, that was better psychologically than if they'd scored on the very first play of the game.
You're exactly right. You know, it was a big conversion for them to come up big and to give it to Eli a couple times there, especially with him getting stopped, to come back and have the confidence in him. As we watch the Blackcats in the backfield, they're going to make the handoff, and it's going to be picked up by number 10. And that is Alex Harris. He's going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards on the play. I think it's going to be 2nd and 3, so they'll give him 7. Big carry by Harris.
You know, good job by the Blackcats blocking that right on the edge. Kind of sucked the defensive end in a little bit. Got a decent block on him, but excellent job by number 11, Jason Combs, to come up there and force and make the tackle from the cornerback position.
Harris with 950 rushing yards. Prestonsburg in the wishbone. No receivers. They'll turn, give it to number 2, and he's going to be tackled immediately by Braxton Terry behind the line of scrimmage. That is Dalton Elliott. Not really brought down by Terry, but he was driving him backwards, and the referees blew the whistle. So a big tackle for a loss by Braxton Terry behind the line of scrimmage.
Rob, but when they go back and watch film on that right there, Coach Moore's going to play that a few times and show it to you. That was excellent play. Terry read it. Real good spin move to get off the block, shed it, and was right there to make the tackle. Excellent play by Terry.
The Bobcats got 3 guys up front. I'm going to guarantee you one thing. The Blackcats haven't faced anybody like those 3 down linemen right now. Sawyer Hall, Braxton Terry, and Waylon Abner up front for the Bobcats. Turn and a toss back in the backfield, and he's going to be tackled. Pickup of maybe a yard for Dalton Elliott. Elliott with about 1,230 rushing yards for the season. Leading rusher for the Blackcats, and that's going to bring up 4th and 4 for Prestonsburg.
You know, I love what I've seen out of the Bobcats on this first drive on defense. They have played disciplined defense. They're flying to the ball and making good tackles. You know, hopefully that'll continue for the rest of the ball game.
We've known all season that we've got a talented offense, but we've waited all season to see this defense progress and grow, and they have here late in the season, almost blocked as the punt is away for Prestonsburg. It takes a Breathitt County bounce up to about the 26-yard line before it rolls out of bounds with 7:28 on the clock.
Well, so far, you know, everything's going the Bobcats' way. I mean, we still got 7 minutes and 28 seconds in the first quarter, but great start here for the Bobcats.
Well, you get an opportunity to come out and throw a punch early, and the Bobcats did that with the running game, and Eli Thomas punching it in, a long run, and we've seen a lot of those this year from him. But you know, that's early in a game like this. You get a team coming in undefeated that you made mention of it. They've got a lot of pep in their step and the way they came onto the field, and they're not intimidated easily. So we'll see how they react to the Bobcats' second offensive series. 2 receivers to the right. They're going to give to Thomas again. Big hole up inside as he'll drive it forward up to about the 31, 32-yard line.
You know, one thing you've got to consider is the psychology of this thing. What Coach Moore did for his team by showing the confidence in them to go for it, and then it paying off, that's huge for this team. You know, and it really got some momentum going, and right now they're the ones with pep in their step.
Pickup of about 6 yards for Eli's. It's 2nd and 4 now with 6:57 on the clock. Holland sits back. He's going to throw. He's got a man over there, and it's John Carter Holland. The catch is made for the first down, and he's going to be rode out of bounds. Pickup of about 3 or 4 more yards after the reception. And that will be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Bobcats, thanks to People's Bank for being our sponsor here tonight on First Downs.
That kind of play from a quarterback is the type of thing you see on Saturdays and Sundays. He had his quick 3-step drop, and he let go of the ball before the receiver was anywhere near his break.
Knew where he was going to be. Good timing.
He did. That was excellent execution by the Bobcats.
2 receivers right now to the left for the Bobcats. One to the far side of the field is Combs. Holland, one back to each side. Fakes, going to throw short to Thomas. Picks it up at the first down marker, and he's drove out of bounds on the Prestonsburg sideline. But after he picks up another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats as they move the chains.
The Bobcat offense is looking like a well-oiled machine right now. I mean, this Blackcat defense, you see after that play, they're looking at each other and asking questions like they're confused about responsibilities or something.
Did you see Thomas come out of the backfield? It was almost like he knew he was going to get that reception. Maybe they've seen something up top. I don't know. But Thomas came out of there quickly. And once he cleared that initial line of defenders, he looked back for the pass, and Holland put it on the spot. Going to give up inside to Thomas, and he'll drive forward for another pickup of 2 or 3 yards. It was 6:33 on the clock.
Yeah, I agree with you on that previous play there to Thomas, and even the pass before that. You know, Holland, he just looks like he is confident playing with poise right now. He knows where he's going with the ball, and he's doing a good job kind of executing the plays Coach Moore's calling.
Combs and Thomas will come off the field for a breather. Terry and Braden Barnett on the field for the Bobcats now. 6:08 on the clock. 7-0 Bobcats. They're working into Prestonsburg territory. Ball on the 41-yard line. Give in the backfield to Barnett. Lowers his shoulder and gets up to about the 39-yard line, maybe the 38. Into Blackcat territory. Be 3rd down and about 6 yards for the Bobcats.
This Bobcat offensive line is looking good so far. They've opened up some pretty sizable holes here for the Bobcats and getting just a good push anyway off the ball. They're winning the battles up front.
Well, no doubt, you know, Prestonsburg is, we talked about them being 9-0. Defensively, they've had probably one of the toughest weeks that they've had all year preparing for this offense. As you watch Holland throw to John Carter Holland. Holland makes the reception, but it's going to be played well by the defense of Prestonsburg, and Holland will be tackled as soon as he makes the reception on the quick pass.
Yes, short loss there. One thing on those pass plays, when you catch them, even when they're well defended like that, you really can't dance too long. An athlete like John Carter Holland, he really needs to make one cut and get what you can.
Yeah. Good defense that time by the Blackcats to, before Holland was able to make his cut and get started. They made the stop. 10 seconds now on the play clock. Holland waiting on the snap. He'll put Thomas in motion. Turn with the fake, sits, throws down the field. He's got Sperry back there, makes the catch for the first down and more. And up to about the 12-yard line, Austin Sperry with a huge catch from Miles Holland. And that'll be another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats as they're knocking on the door of the end zone now, Eric.
I tell you what, Coach Moore is going to get some things rolling here tonight. 2nd, 4th down call and conversion for the Bobcats. You know, he really is building up confidence in his team here.
2 receivers each side now. The single back beside Miles Holland is Gibson. Gibson will flip to the left now. Ball on about the 12-yard line. Snap, give to Gibson. Gibson with a hole inside. Makes the man miss. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Another family pharmacy and hometown pharmacy scoring play for the Bobcats. As Gibson finds the end zone once again for the Bobcats here tonight with 4:10 on the clock. That'll make your score 13-0. And Braxton Terry will come out to attempt the extra point.
Again, you got to brag on that Bobcat offensive line. They're really playing well so far here early in the ball game. An excellent run by Gibson. Showed real good vision and shiftiness there and the ability just to find the end zone.
Terry lines up, waiting on the snap. The hold by Adam Spencer. The kick is up. And it's good. And that'll make it 14-0. 4:10 on the clock here from the Riverbank. Cats over Prestonsburg. We'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, Chad Allen said this. Chad Allen said he's going to shut down Sperry tonight. I said, that's fine. We good? We're back from the Riverbank with 4:10 on the clock. 14-0 your score. Bobcats over the Blackcats. And we get ready for another offensive session by the Blackcats as the Bobcats will come out and kick this one off. We'll see if the Blackcats can be successful on this drive.
It makes me wonder, have the Blackcats been down 14 points at any point this year?
You know, I don't know. Like you said earlier, I haven't had a chance to watch any film. They've won some close games. I wouldn't doubt what they have been, haven't been down by a score in a game or two, but I don't know if they've been down 14-0 at this point.
And we were talking about adversity early on, and it looks like we're going to have to see how the Blackcats respond to adversity here with the Bobcats jumping on them early like this.
Kickoff down the field, going to be tackled by Braden Barnett on number 10, Alex Harris. .405 on the clock.
I'm excited to see this Bobcat defense. They looked really good the last time they were on the field, just playing fast and flying to the ball. And that's exciting to watch whenever, the Bobcats are just playing with, reckless abandon on defense.
So a tackle in the backfield by Braxton Terry. Once again, the senior coming through big time that time on defense.
Terry, he's being unblockable here early in the ball game. He might be set to have just a big night.
.338 on the clock. 14-0 the score. Senior Braxton Terry with a big-time tackle in the backfield. Tackle for a loss. Be 2nd and 21. Blackcats, 3 receivers. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Come out in the spread, and we got a quick whistle.
See, that's interesting. Just like we were talking about before the game started, about how this has been a ground and pound running type of offense. And here we are in the first quarter, and they're lining up in shotgun, trips right.
Not an easy offense to scout out too. They came out in the wishbone. They come out in the spread. The Bobcats showing early that they're prepared for either one. So Prestonsburg going to have to react here on 2nd and 26.
Well, that's just another thing Coach Moore has done for his team by going for it early and showing the confidence in them. They've got in a position where they're forcing the Blackcats to do something out of the norm for them and putting them in a position where they could possibly make a mistake.
Sits back to throw, looking down the field. Holbrook dances, going to keep it, and he'll pick up some positive yards. Not enough to pick up a first down, so it's still going to be 3rd and long for the Blackcats.
That's good coverage downfield by the Bobcats. Made the Blackcat quarterback have to pull it down and run there.
A lot of confidence that time by the quarterback to show that he can pull it down and make the move down the field, and he did pick up some positive yards, just not enough at this point to help them out deep in their own territory.
No, there's not a lot of things in the playbook for 3rd down and 20.
Sits back to throw. Holbrook got a flag in the backfield, and then pass going to be intercepted by Sperry, but we got multiple flags coming down out back. Probably a holding, judging from the vicinity where it came from.
Yeah, probably, but that was just an incredibly athletic play by Sperry to get up and pick that ball off. He was in the right place at the right time, good coverage, and made a big play.
So the Bobcats with the interception, courtesy of Austin Sperry. And it'll be a first down for the Bobcats at the 36-yard line on the left hash. Another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats. So that time the offense of Prestonsburg looked like they were going to pick up some yardage. The flag came in late in the backfield, but the interception from Sperry able to negate that, if you will, trying to pick up some yards through the air. And actually, they didn't look bad in the sprint, but the Bobcats just able to shut them down. Thomas staying on his feet, a couple of Blackcats there to make the tackle. Maybe a pickup of 2 for Thomas.
One thing I've got to say about this Prestonsburg ball team is they, they're undefeated and they've caught themselves, they find themselves down 14-0 in the first quarter, but their body language hasn't changed. They're still out there playing hard and, like they're ready to face this challenge that's in front of them. That is the Bobcats, but Coach Moore has his team ready to go. They're not intimidated at all by the Blackcats, and they're looking to make them down 21-0 here.
Well, when you get down to business with 1:30 left on the clock here in the first, it's still mountain football, Eric, and these two clubs going to go at each other for 4 quarters. As you watch Thomas dance past the initial line of scrimmage through the linebacking core to pick up of about 7 or 8 yards. We'll see where they mark it. I think he's going to be short of the first down. Let's see where they mark it at. We'll spot him back a couple of yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. I thought he was a little closer to the first down marker, but they'll say 3rd and 2 with a minute on the clock here in the first. Bobcats up 14-0. Working from the right hash. Over in Prestonsburg territory now. Turns, gives to Gibson. Gibson with another big alley up inside. And he picks up the first down before he's brought down by the defense of the Blackcats. And that'll be another Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy first down for the Cats. Good push that time by the offensive line. And they've just done a great job of opening up the hole and making the alley for the running backs here early in the game.
Yeah, this offensive line has showed up to play here tonight. They're doing an excellent job so far. What few times the Bobcats have passed it, Miles hasn't had any pressure on him. Of course, he's getting the ball out of his hand quickly, which is helping, but open up big holes in the running game here.
2 receivers to the right for Holland. 1 to the left is Sperry. 15 seconds on the clock. Sits back, is going to bring it out of there, and he's going to be sacked around the 25-yard line.
Well, you brag on somebody.
Well, the line that time, I think, it did a decent job. But that time, the sack coming, I think, from the linebacking core. We'll go back and watch and see. But anyway, that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter as we get ready to start the second quarter here. Bobcats up 14-0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
The Kentucky Mountain Health
Alliance. Folks, to start the second quarter, the Bobcats of Breathitt County up 14-0 over the Blackcats of Prestonsburg. Prestonsburg coming in here 9-0. We talked about that early on, Eric. Great football team, very disciplined and focused. We talked about the linemen also in that last set. And Prestonsburg with their hands full at this point. Overload to the right for the Bobcats. Direct snap. Wildcat to Gibson, and he is open and down the sideline. First play of the second quarter. Wildcat with an overload front. More blockers to the right than you have on the left. We see that a lot of times in this offensive set. Direct snap to Gibson with 11:54 on the clock. The Bobcats on the riverbank on senior night go up 20-0 here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, the good call by Coach Kyle Moore right there, and the Blackcats did not look prepared for that, and it resulted in a house call for Gibson right there. Excellent blocking, excellent run. Bobcats they've come out ready to roll here tonight.
Adam Spencer with the hold. Senior Braxton Terry on to kick the extra point. We got a defender that jumped early for the Blackcats, and he came across the line of scrimmage early. The flag comes out, and I'd say they'll probably kick this one again with 11:54 on the clock. Offsides on the defense. Now, sometimes in a situation like this, Eric, it's a good place for a team to decide to go for two when the ball moves closer to the end zone. But up 20-0, Coach Moore will elect to keep Terry on the field for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it's good. And that'll make your score 21-0 with 11:54 on the clock. We'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
All right, folks, we are back. 11:54 on the clock. Here in the second quarter, Bobcats go up 21-0 on the first play from the line of scrimmage to start the second. Direct snap in the Wildcat back to Jaden Gibson, and Gibby finds the end zone. Put the Bobcats up 21-0, Eric. I hope that the Blackcats, we made the mention of mountain football. We made the mention of them with a pep in their step. I don't know if they've been down. You know, we talked about being down 14-0. I don't know if they've been down all season by 3 scores. Let's see how they react once again after this kickoff.
Yeah, we mentioned what Kyle Moore did for his team with the psychology of going for it on fourth down like that, and the confidence that it shows in him and what that can do for these young men. But like you just mentioned, being down 21-0 when you're undefeated, they might find themselves in a position they haven't been in. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond.
I look forward to it. I mean, this is always a big matchup and a rivalry between these two teams, and we'll see how they react. The ball goes out of bounds, and the Blackcats will take over first down, I believe, from the 35-yard line. Another People's Bank or a Family Pharmacy and a Hometown Pharmacy first down for the Blackcats. People's Bank sponsoring our scoring drives here tonight, and Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy sponsoring our first downs. We appreciate both of those sponsors being with the Bobcats here tonight throughout the season, and we also appreciate the Buckhorn Children and Family Services sponsoring this as their game of the week, and we will announce the Buckhorn Children and Family Services player of the game following tonight's matchup. So the Blackcats come out once again in the spread, one receiver each side of the field. Single back in the backfield is number 10. That is Alex Harris, and he will be tackled right around the line of scrimmage by the Bobcats.
This defensive line is sure looking stout here for the Bobcats tonight, Rob.
Well, like I said earlier, I don't think that they faced 3 guys up front like what the Bobcats boast. Just knowing that those 3 guys have played together for years, and you know, we got to brag on Wayland and Sawyer and Braxton, all 3. Those guys, you could put them on the field, and they could play a lot of different positions. Very versatile players, and 3 of the best in the state at what they do. Prestonsburg will make the fake and keep it in the backfield. Is the quarterback, Holbrook, on the keeper. And he may pick up 1 yard, maybe 2, depending on where the spot is for the Blackcats.
This Breathitt County defense is just looking very disciplined, well coached, and well prepared for this ball game right now. They're, watching Braxton right there, did a really good job of extending his arms and standing up the offensive lineman and holding his ground. And then his fellow defenders, they're all kind of filling their gaps, and they're looking really sharp right now.
Prestonsburg comes out, 2 receivers each side of the field in the spread. Wing back over to the right side. Holbrook. Oh, it's a direct snap back to Elliott. And he's going to be tackled after a pickup of about 1 yard.
Good job by Abner there, kind of to force the quarterback back in, and Barnett there to kind of bring him down, and the fellow defenders coming in to gang tackle. Like I said, you can't brag on this Bobcat defense enough. They really are playing with discipline here tonight.
Just under 10 minutes on the clock. Bobcats up 21-0. Prestonsburg will elect to punt here on 4th and 7. Going to be punting from the 38-yard line. Foot to it. Good kick. Going to fall around the 36 and be fielded by Spencer. Adam Spencer with a lane on the sideline, waiting on a block, and he gets a huge one. And he's going to be tackled around the 44-yard line. We got a flag down. Let's see what the call is. Big block that time. A couple of Bobcats trying to free Spencer down the sideline. But we got multiple flags on the field with 9:33 on the clock. Thanks again to our fans, all you guys watching at home. And the penalty will go against the Bobcats. Yeah, blindside block on the Bobcats. So that's going to move it back. And Prestonsburg will have great field position over in Bobcat territory with 9:33 on the clock here in the second.
They didn't get the ball back, did they? Or do they?
I mean, Bobcats back. Move the Bobcats back. I said Blackcats. So the ball sitting on the 33-yard line, 9:33 on the clock.
I would not be surprised at all to see Coach Kyle Moore go for the jugular right here. As Coach Holcomb used to say, if he could get a quick score right here, and that'd almost be like a dagger in the heart of this Blackcat defense.
2 receivers to the right, 1 back each side of Holland, waiting on the snap. He'll give to Thomas. Thomas breaks free in the backfield, gets 1 block, got a flag down. Thomas, stiff arm, and he's ran out of bounds over into Blackcat territory. We got a flag down in the backfield, probably a holding against the Bobcats. I don't know what Bobcat the call was on. I'm sure that the linemen not going to be happy about that when they get back into the huddle after Thomas breaks a big run. But it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Bobcats. Ball on the 30. It'll move it back to the 26-yard line.
Well, Thomas showed some excellent acceleration right there on that play. Once he got in the hole, he gets up to top speed very quickly.
So ball on the 26, spotted at midfield. Trips, tucked in tight here to the right. 1 receiver to the left. Fake inside, going to hand it off in the backfield to John Carter Holland. Holland with an alley on the sideline. He breaks a tackle, 1 man to beat it to 20. It's going to be ran out of bounds. And he was ran down by Dalton Elliott, the running back for the Blackcats, who also plays defense. John Carter coming out of the backfield with a big run down the sideline to pick up another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats.
That was a good angle taken by Elliott there for the Blackcats. If he had misjudged that, then that would have been 6 points for the Bobcats.
Well, everybody in the stands thought Holland was gone, but Dalton Elliott that time, like you said, a good pursuit angle and able to get to the sideline and run Carter out of bounds with 9:12 on the clock. Bobcats pick up another important first down. Direct snap back to Gibson. Gibson Breaks one tackle, still open. He's out in the open field and into the end zone for Jaden Gibby. A 9:04 on the clock. Bobcats go up another 6. And that'll make it 27-0. And Braxton Terry will come on to attempt another extra point.
Rob, starting to sound like a broken record bragging on this offensive line. They're just road graders here tonight, moving the Blackcats out of the way, opening up just giant holes for these Bobcat running backs. And Coach Moore, I'm sure he's got to be super happy right now with those young men up front, what they're doing.
Well, I mean, we did pick them as players of the game last week for a reason. And they are very deserving of that title. And kind of showing off here a little bit tonight with 9:04 on the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. If they're able to continue this type of play into the playoffs, that bodes very well for the Bobcats.
We got a quick timeout on the field here before we continue play. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Special thanks again to our fans and all of our sponsors. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate our sponsors being here. Ryan Bryan, I'd like to say hello to you, and I'd agree with what you say. A strength of schedule is very important. Of course, this time of year in mountain football, strength of schedule means a lot. I think the Bobcats are showing that right now against this Prestonsburg team, being up 27-0 with 9:04 on the clock. Terry comes onto the field. Puts another one through the uprights for Braxton Terry. So that'll make it 28-0. That's 4 for him tonight. With 9:04 on the clock, Bobcats go up on the riverbank 28-0 over Prestonsburg.
You know,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I obviously was not at practice this week, but seeing how the Bobcats are playing right now, I bet it was a very intense week preparing for a ball team coming in here who's undefeated. I'd say Coach Moore and his staff, really had them tuned in, and they're really playing with focus here tonight, Rob.
Yeah, just to reiterate some other comments, Jeff Prater, as well as some other people on here, saying that the Bobcats don't look like a 4-5 team. And one thing that it's hard to make players this age realize, Eric, is sometimes you lose those difficult games, but there's been a lot of teams that's only won 4 or 5 ball games that's found themselves in the state championship because of strength of schedule.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the stands here, and there's not as many people here as what there ought to be, and it's because of that schedule. But look at their schedule and who they played early on.
Yeah,
it's such a young team. They've developed and grown all year long, and it's paying off for them right now.
So Preston Turner will come on to kick off for the Cats. 9:04 on the clock. Preston and Wyatt Spencer both up there, showing the different look that the Bobcats have. Onside kick or the straight-on kick by Turner. Turner will put the boot to it, and it'll fall around the 30, be handled at the 25-yard line by the Blackcats. And number 6 of Prestonsburg will bring it up the field, maybe a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards for Kane Patton, the junior on Prestonsburg. Ball going to be spotted on the 34-yard line. He handled that. The ball took a bounce, and he handled it around the 25, so we'll pick up of about 8 or 9 yards that time by Patton. 8:59 on the clock. Bobcats on senior night, up 28-0. Prestonsburg goes back to the wishbone. Holbrook under center, takes a snap, turns, hands off to the second back, number 10, and he's tackled immediately. That is Harris. So Harris going nowhere that time for Prestonsburg, and the Bobcats doing a great job defensively containing him in the backfield.
They're not going to be able to do that, Rob. Down like they are, they're going to have to get out of their tendencies and going to have to line up and try to get some chunk yardage and get some points on the board fast. That's just not something you can do out of the wishbone.
No, wishbone is a good way to run the clock and eat up some time and get some positive yardage, and hard to do against this defense. That time, Alex Strong showing blitz, and the Blackcats going nowhere as a host of Bobcats. At least 7 defenders in on the tackle that time for Breathitt County. Big tackle for a loss with 8:03 on the clock.
You know, there have been teams that have put up big numbers out of the wishbone, but they're usually superior up front, you know, and just have superior athletes in the backfield. And right now, the Bobcats are just proving to be superior on that line, and they're winning the battles up front.
3rd and 12 for Prestonsburg, 7:43 on the clock. Trips to the right in the spread for Holbrook. He steps back, looks to the pass. It'll be flushed out of there by Terry. He's still on the run. We're going to tuck it, and the ball comes out. We've got a flag in the backfield. The ball came out. It was recovered by the Bobcats, but we'll see what the call is in the backfield on the penalty. So Holbrook that time keeping it, flushed out of there by Terry. Goes around the right side, and the Bobcats will capitalize on the turnover, and it'll be a first down for Breathitt County. Another family pharmacy and hometown pharmacy first down for the Cats.
You know, that's the kind of thing that happens when you're able to shut down a team's bread and butter, the things they like to do, and force them to do things that are kind of out of character. You know, they make mistakes. They weren't able to create a pocket, keep the quarterback in there. He had to run, and, you know, ended up coughing up the ball.
Hard hit that time by the defense over by the Prestonsburg sideline to force Holbrook to cough it up. The fumble recovery, the second takeaway here for the Bobcats tonight. 1 interception and 1 fumble recovery. Defense playing smart football. Offense back on the field now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back each side of Holland. Sits back to throw. Throws down the field. Looking long. Intended for Combs, and he's just overthrown. Heading to the end zone was Holland's pass. Intended for Combs. It'll go incomplete and bring up 2nd down and 10. And the ball will still be sitting on the 38-yard line.
I didn't know Holland's arm was that strong.
He's got a big one. He's got a gun.
He sure has looked decisive with where he wants to go with the football tonight. Just a little too much air under it right there. He's not able to connect.
He's grown a lot through this season. You know, I didn't know the kid could learn more IQ-wise when it comes to football. But, man, he's making some good decisions as we see Thomas. The handoff from Holland to Thomas in the backfield. We got a flag down. Thomas still on his feet. He will run into the end zone, but we got multiple flags here in the backfield with 7:13 on the clock.
And Thomas just continues to impress every time he touches the ball. He looks like a complete back. He's got speed, acceleration, vision, shiftiness, and runs with power when he has to.
So the penalty goes against the Bobcats. That'll negate the touchdown. It'll stay 28-0. And Thomas will just chalk that up as some more yards under his belt. Maybe he'll go back in the huddle and say, hey, Miles, that play worked. Let's run it again. Tell Coach. Good job, Lion.
I'm sure we'll see that one some more here tonight.
Bobcat offense getting set now. Single receiver to the right is Jason Combs. 2 receivers, John Carter Holland and Austin Sperry to the left. Backfield of Gibson, Thomas, and Holland. Waiting on a call from Coach Moore. Line gets set. Holland waiting on the snap. Going to give to Thomas over to the left. Bounces, looking for a block. He gets it. He'll drag 1 defender. And it looks to me like he'll pick up another family pharmacy first down for the Bobcats as they'll move the chains on the ground.
Just another great push up front. Even when they don't break a big play, it's positive yards. You know, they're moving forward, picking up first downs, and just really executing well tonight.
Ground game looking unstoppable right here in the first half for the Bobcats. Thomas pretty much able to run behind the blocks and do what he wanted to here in the first half.
It's hard to argue with this offensive line being player of the game again here tonight, Rob.
2 receivers stacked to the left, and we got a quick whistle from the line judge on the left side. The penalty will be against the Bobcats, and it is a false start. So it'll be 1st and 15. We'll repeat the down on first. It wasn't a false start. Lined up in the neutral zone. So to still be 1st and 15. Ball on the 30-yard line. Midfield for the Bobcats.
Fortunately for the Bobcats, they haven't made many mental mistakes like that here tonight so far.
No, it's been a very well played game. You know, we talk about penalties early in this one, and we've been in pretty good shape at this point. Thomas once again on the carry. Another flag coming from that sideline. 5:42 on the clock. We've lost the scoreboard over to our left. So we got whistles on the field, and all of the referees are looking at the clock. So is everyone else. Scoreboard has went off down to our left. The clock continues to run. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll take a break as they sort things out. We'll be back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
All right, folks, we are back. They're still trying to sort out the clock down here to our left. I think there's about 6 minutes on the clock. We're having a malfunction on the scoreboard as the score and down and to go and field markers the lights have went out on the board, but the clock continues to run over there. I think there's still about 6 minutes. We'll try to keep up with that best we can. Some of the referees making the motion that they're going to keep the clock on the field as White Hat and a couple of referees meeting down there around the 35-yard line. Looks like a couple of those setting their watch, if you will, to keep time in the game. Your score is 28-0 right now. We have kept up with that thus far. Bobcats on offense, two receivers to the right, Sperry and John Carter Holland. And we've got it back. 6:03 on the clock, 28-0 Cats. Fans cheer for the scoreboard. Stephen Boland down to our left. He'll make the corrections and get it going. Thank you, Stephen. 6 minutes now in the first half for the Cats. They're up 28-0. Bobcats go to work against the Blackcats. Blackcats forcing Holland out of there. He'll throw, and it's over the head of Sperry, incomplete. Blackcats that time trying to collapse the pocket on Holland. Holland standing in there making a positive, good, confident throw down the field, and it'll go incomplete, intended for Austin Sperry.
Yeah, Holland, he stood in there and made a confident throw, but slight miscommunication there. I don't know that he and Sperry were on the same page.
5:48 on the clock. Offense getting set here in front of us on the 37-yard line. Give to Thomas in the backfield, getting a block from Colby Bird. Thomas cuts it back upfield, still on his feet, drops the football. Picked up by the Blackcats. Blackcats will attempt to run back the fumble. Looking for some momentum, going to be brought down by Sawyer Hall. The ball comes out there, but the head referee in front of us, Napier, says the ball was down. So with 5:31 on the clock, Prestonsburg with a little life, Eric, here in the first half as they recover the fumble and bring it back up the field. Ball will be spotted on the 49-yard line in Blackcat territory. Good field position for Prestonsburg. We'll see if they can capitalize and get something positive going on offense.
Yes, Thomas looks a little shook up on that play down there on the sideline. But one thing I've got to do is brag on Sawyer Hall right there. Excellent hustle to get down the field and keep that from turning into an even bigger play for the Blackcats than it was.
Direct snap in the backfield to Elliott. And Elliott will bring it up, a pickup of about 7 or 8 yards for Elliott. We've witnessed Dalton Elliott in the backfield a couple times. I don't want to call him the quarterback because that's what they've got Holbrook listed as, but Elliott, the lead rusher for the Blackcats, has been back in that position a couple times with the direct snap and the keeper, if you will, from that position. 5 minutes on the clock, 28-0. Bobcats up here in the first half over Prestonsburg. Thanks again to all of the fans out there. See Matt Gingrich tuned in watching here tonight. One receiver each side, give up inside to number 4. That was Drake Hatfield on the carry. Ball comes out. Tolson says he's got it, but they will say Prestonsburg ball carrier was down.
Blackcats able to pick up a first down on that drive. It's been a while since they were able to do that.
Another hometown pharmacy and family pharmacy. First down for Prestonsburg as they will move the chains, and they'll have the ball a little deeper into Breathitt County territory with the ball sitting on the 39-yard line over on the left hash.
Blackcats got a little bit of that pet back right now, looking to kind of get some points on the board and see if they can't maybe grab a little momentum back from the Bobcats.
One receiver each side for Hope. No, that's number 2 again. That's Elliott again back in that quarterback position. Tolson, Strong, Gibson, Abner, all in for the Bobcats on the tackle. Ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line.
This Bobcat defense is sure hanging tough here tonight, Rob. They still are just playing such a good ball game, playing tough up front. Blackcats are struggling to really find anything that they can hang their hat on here.
Well, it's a statement first half for the Bobcats. Be able to come out and play as hard as they have defensively. As you see that time, put a man in motion, and once again, that was Elliott in the backfield as he'll hand it off. It looked like to Kane Patton, I believe, if I had the right number.
Good job there by Barnett for, keeping containment, and then for Austin Barker there to be right behind him when the back cut back in to be there to make the tackle.
Looks like the leading rusher, Elliott, will stay in at the quarterback. And Holbrook, it will be out at a wide receiver. So Dalton Elliott now in the backfield. 2 receivers each side, empty backfield for the Blackcats. Elliott takes a snap, rolls out, flushed out of there. Hit as he throws by Terry, and it's caught up the field by Patton of the Blackcats, and that's another hometown pharmacy first down for Prestonsburg as they'll move the ball down the field deeper into Breathitt County territory. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Good job by the Bobcats front to get pressure on the quarterback. Patton just made a really athletic catch there.
2:38 on the clock, 28-0 your score. Prestonsburg working from the 22-yard line on the left hash, deep in Bobcat territory. Leading rusher, Elliott in the backfield at quarterback for Prestonsburg. He'll give inside to number 4. Still on his feet, brought down by Terry. That was Drake Hatfield, the ball carrier for Prestonsburg. Tackle for a loss by the Bobcats, and we have a timeout. Prestonsburg will take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Back on the riverbank, Prestonsburg offense comes to the line of scrimmage. 2:14 on the clock here in the first half. Ball on the 24-yard line. 2nd and 12. Holbrook going to roll out. Flags everywhere in the backfield. Goes all the way to the sideline. Just going to run it out of bounds. Holbrook couldn't find anybody open, but we've got flags everywhere in the backfield.
Yeah, Alex Strong was coming on the blitz right there, and if they hadn't grabbed a hold of him, he was going to get the quarterback real early in that play.
We mentioned earlier the Bobcats celebrating senior night here tonight, and we want to say special thanks to Adam Combs, Aaron McIntosh, Jason Tolson, Austin Sperry, Braxton Terry, Corey Combs, and Gavin Nipper, all seniors here on this Bobcat football team. Happy to be celebrating those guys and the efforts that they've put forth here for this football club and Coach Moore. So 2:07 on the clock. Ball will move back to the 34-yard line. The second and long for Prestonsburg. Holbrook sits back. He's going to throw. Got a man short pass to the running back over around the 30-yard line. Will fall short, incomplete. We'll bring up third down for Prestonsburg. Third and long. They got about 20 yards to go to pick up the first down.
You know, some people may look at that and think maybe he should have brought that in, but it's difficult to catch a pass that's thrown, you know, that high or maybe a little behind you or something like that. You know, very athletic plays when receivers are able to bring those in.
Just out of reach for Hatfield. He did go up and trying to get that one. He is the inside receiver on the trip set just to the right now for Holbrook. Holbrook sits back, going to be flushed out of there. He'll throw it short. It's going to be caught, a little screen pass over towards the sideline, and he's rode out of bounds. That's Colin Hatfield on the reception. Makes the catch, picks up some positive yards, but not enough to help Prestonsburg as they're still faced with a 4th and long.
Good hustle there by Barnett to get over there and make the tackle so they couldn't get to the edge and get up the sideline. Just great pressure by the Bobcat defense right there.
Ball in between the 31 and the 32-yard line. They'll call it the 31 with 1:30 on the clock. And it'll be 4th and 18 as Holbrook and the offense stays on the field for Prestonsburg. 2 receivers each side. One back just to the left of Holbrook is Elliott. Sits back to throw, looking down the field. Flushed out of there. He'll get rid of it. Goes down the sideline. Incomplete, out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover on downs by Prestonsburg. Bobcats will take over on the 31-yard line, and it'll be a People's Bank first down for the Bobcats.
You know, that drive started with some promise for the Blackcats after the fumble by Thomas. You know, had a few good plays there, but then had a few penalties, some few mental mistakes, and the Bobcat defense after the timeout to give them a breather just kind of tightened up and got the stop.
28-0 your score. 2 receivers each side for the Bobcats. 1:07 on the clock. And we got another flag. Looks like it's going to be a false start Bobcats, so they'll back it up with 1:07 on the clock. Almost a halftime here.
Yeah, the Bobcats, they really have showed up to play here tonight, Rob. I'm sure that they're going to be patting each other on the back and all smiles at halftime, but they still have a half of football here to play.
We got a quick timeout by Coach Moore and the Bobcats. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message on BSN. Hazard Community and Technical College. Whether you're starting college for the first time or thinking about a career change, they've got you covered. Offering associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates, they're here to help you reach your goals. Kemper Furniture, local families serving local families. Come see us for Eastern Kentucky's largest in-stock selection of furniture. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Give them a call at 606-666-5454. Appalachian Regional Healthcare, where their goal is to improve health and promote well-being of all people in Central Appalachia. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Check out the CBTJ free mobile app banking right on your mobile device. Law offices of David A. Johnson, with offices in Hazard and Jackson. If you've been injured, call David and his staff. They are the car wreck professionals. 1:07 on the clock here from the Riverbank. Bobcats up 28-0 over the Blackcats of Prestonsburg. Miles Holland on the field going back to work. 2 receivers each side for Holland. Thomas goes in motion, and both of them ran into each other. Got another flag coming from the line judge. Thomas going to be ran out of bounds right around the first down marker. We got another penalty coming from that line judge on the Prestonsburg sideline. Probably a holding call, and it is.
The Bobcats, they went the majority of the first half without committing any of those errors, but they've had a few here in the last couple of drives. I'm sure that's something that they'll mention and try and get cleaned up here at halftime.
Yeah, here in the second quarter, we've had a number of penalties show themselves. Maybe a little lack of focus here going forth with a 4-touchdown lead. 1 minute. Holland sits back, looks down the field. He's got some guys out here. He's going to go. He's trying to get a receiver to come back. He's going to throw short, goes out of bounds. Had to run to his right and get out of the pocket. Looked like he was looking to throw down the field to John Carter Holland. He was calling for a receiver to come back and help him. And he had to go out of bounds, and as he made the throw, and he got rid of it to keep the ball safe and keep it in Breathitt County possession.
Yeah, and, that's not a pretty play right there, but it's a smart play by Holland there.
It is.
He held the ball as long as he could, was looking downfield, nothing was there, throw it away, come back and play the next play.
Holland waiting on the snap. Ball comes loose on the mesh point. The handoff to Thomas came loose, and it's recovered by Miles Holland. So the ball comes loose with 36 seconds on the clock. Holland right there to recover it, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the Bobcats.
I think with just a few seconds here on the clock, I'll just let this run down myself here. You're up.
I think so. You're up 4 scores. You got 15 seconds on the clock. It's 3rd and 29 for the Bobcats. Smart thing to do would be to take the momentum into the locker room and let the clock run out and talk about what we can do better on the penalties and some of the problems and mistakes that we've made during the first half. That does bring us to the end of the second quarter and the end of the first half. Bobcats on senior night, up 28-0 on Prestonsburg. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Hey, Brian Milo here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5500.
At HCTC, we've got you covered. While you focus on completing your certificate, diploma, or degree, our success coaches will connect you with financial information, tutoring, and so much more. Stay on your path to success at HCTC. Call today at 606-487-3293. We'll never underestimate you.
Made in America. What does that mean? It means jobs. It means craftsmanship. And when it comes to Vaughn Bassett furniture, it means value. And Kemper recognizes that. That's why they've dedicated an entire gallery to Vaughn Bassett. Made in America. See the quality. And now, see the price. Come see your favorite Kemper store in Hazard, London, or Somerset.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
To update on some other scores around the area: Hazard 14, Clay County 0, Belfry 14, Letcher 14. Good game there between Letcher Central and Belfry. Williamsburg 8 and Prairie Central 0. So thanks to Robbie Fields for an update on those scores. And also a big game, Boyle County and Frederick Douglass playing tonight. Boyle County up 17-7 over Frederick Douglass at this point this evening. Here on the Riverbank, the Bobcats in a commanding lead, 28-0 over the Blackcats of Prestonsburg. Eric Collins, you know, you got a couple different speeches going on here during this halftime. If you're Coach Moore, you've got to like what you've seen out of your team and your troops here early on. A couple mistakes and some things we want to clean up there in the second quarter with penalties and some things that went wrong. But at this point, with a 9-0 club, what do you do for Coach Hager and the Blackcat staff to keep these guys in this game and keep them fighting?
Well, I thought you were going to ask me what you say if you're Coach Moore. So that's what I was thinking about. And in that case, you're telling your team you got to stay focused and finish this strong, you know. But if you're, you know, Prestonsburg right now, you know, what do you tell a club that's been undefeated all year long and they come down here and they just get pounced on in the first half? You know, you tell them that the game's not over. If they can put up 28 points in a half, so can we. Yeah. And you remind them, you know, what you've done this year. You know, it's a difficult situation to be in if you're giving that speech, you know, but you've got to just remind your team of what they've accomplished so far this year and really try to get them motivated to come out here and finish the game strong, whether they're able to overcome what they're facing or not. You know, you want them to finish strong going into the playoffs.
9:12 on the clock here in the half. If you go on KHSAA and look at some of the schedules, you'll notice that a lot of the first round of the playoffs have already been solidified, and some of those games being posted by KHSAA. Walton Verona will come calling here on the Riverbank next week. The Bobcats will host them in the first round of the Class 2A 2024 UK Healthcare Sports Medicine State Football Finals as we kick off the playoffs next week here on the Riverbank. Joined by Darren Back here behind us, our astute statistician. We'll call him here tonight. Darren's sporting the boggin here tonight. Temperature's dropping.
Well, you know, whenever you ain't got much hair on your head, you hold the warmth in. Sometimes you got to put something on there.
Anybody needing a haircut, give Darren a call. Folks, we are enjoying ourselves here high top the Riverbank. Press box of Breathitt County, always a great place to play football here on the Riverbank. Tonight, the Bobcats in a commanding lead, 28-0. We still got about 8 minutes to go here in the halftime session. We'll take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation to pay some bills, and we'll be back after these messages.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game, your teammates, a victory, At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head to head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
Get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department, and be sure and check out Sanford's Deli. Hutch Automotive, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts, and stop and see them at Tire Works for all of your vehicle needs for the best price in town. Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic, if you're injured, Dr. Howard can help, including auto accidents, workers' compensation, no referral needed, over 22 years of experience. Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Beattyville. Be sure and shop in the store or online at rosebros.com. Breathitt Funeral Home, where they believe everyone deserves an honorable, respectable, and affordable final farewell. Newly renovated, and we have pre-need policies available. We treat your family like our family when only the best will do. YPK Motorsports with 4 locations in eastern Kentucky, Jackson, Hazard, Paintsville, and Ashland. In-stock machines ready for your family's next outdoor adventure. Visit ypkmotorsports.com for your next ride. 3:22 on the clock here in the halftime session. Bobcats on the Riverbank on senior night. They're up 28-0 over the Prestonsburg Blackcats. Prestonsburg comes out to our left to do some warm-ups and get loosened up before the third quarter. Eric, you talk about a team that's undefeated, and they came out here, and you made the comment they got pounced on early here in the first half. This Bobcat club, you know, they're starting the last 2 or 3 games. We'll say 3, 4 games, counting this one, really starting to show what they can do and what they're capable of. Not only on offense. We know going into this season we had a talented offense. We had some young kids. They needed to prove themselves and show that they earn a spot and deserve to be on the field as freshmen. We knew that going forward. We didn't know how this defense would react, but, buddy, have they really reacted here in the second half of this season throughout district play? You know, we were starting to come into ourselves and started to play a little bit better. Johnson Central into Somerset in that 2-3 game period. You know, there were some letdowns and some things that we worked on, some things that changed. We brought Alex Strong in from a corner position and put him at linebacker, and he's looked really good on defense. And you just look at the kids that are playing their roles and playing their positions on defense, and there's not a lot of places that look weak at this point.
No,
he's starting to look really good on defense.
No, that just reminds me of a comment Coach Moore made to me last week, I think. He talked about these young football players. You know, they got a lot of freshmen out there, and he said that they practice really well, you know, but they've been getting in a game, and maybe they forget their technique or something, or they get a little excited and don't take the best angle or something like that. And you'll have that when you have a young team. But it seems like as the course of the season's gone over, you know, the technique has been more automatic. They've been, you know, lined up correctly. They've been reading and responding correctly, and they just have really looked sharp the last couple of weeks. And I know it's cliche, but they do seem to be peaking at the right time. Things seem to be coming together.
Well, you make a good point, too. Defensive units are their strongest when everybody knows their role. They play their position, and they know their responsibility, and they know what to do in different calls. And sometimes, you know, early in the season, we looked a little lost. Not so much because we were playing really good football teams. So you mix in the strength of schedule, and you mix in a little bit of youth early in the season, maybe showing itself more than it is right now.
Yeah.
But this team's starting to look like they're growing into themselves and looking really good on defense and knowing what to do. They've reacted really well to all the offensive sets that Prestonsburg has come out, whether it be the spread, whether it be the wishbone. Prestonsburg has showed them some different looks with some different running backs, some different quarterbacks. You know, we've seen the leading rusher, Dalton Elliott, back there in the quarterback position instead of the tailback. And you know, the Bobcats have reacted well. No matter who was carrying the ball, they knew their role, and they played responsibility football. And that is why we have a 28-0 score here on the riverbank tonight.
You know, I've got to agree with you, you know, what you said about we played really good ball teams early in the year, and we did. This team was tested early, you know, and they faced adversity, and they didn't look good in some of those games. But you did see the talent, and you saw effort. You know, one of the best compliments you can give a coach is, hey, coach, your team plays hard. And even though they weren't having the success they wanted, they were playing hard. They weren't hanging their heads. And they've continued to develop and get that technique down and get the discipline down. And it's paying off right now. And they have addressed some things that were weaknesses early on. They struggled on defense in maintaining just the edge, not letting people get outside on them. And they've really done well with that. Braden Barnett and Jaden Gibson and whoever is lining up in those positions is really fighting. Sometimes you see those guys trying to fight off 2 blocks, you know, and maybe they don't play it perfectly, but they're stringing it out and just not letting these Blackcats get right to the edge. And, you know, the rest of the ball team is the defense is flying there, and they're team tackling. And it really is impressive what they've done here tonight.
Josh Hall wants to know if we have the Corbin score. I do not have an update on the Corbin score. I do have a huge update from Patrick Dunn. Letcher Central 21, Belfry 14 at the half. So a big ball game for Letcher Central as they're up 21-14 over Belfry. Some other scores that we will pass along: Hazard 14-0 over Clay County, and also Williamsburg 8-0 over Perry Central, and Boyle County was up on Frederick Douglass 17-7 at the last check. So those are all the scores we have at the moment. We tried to get our esteemed colleague Darren back to say a few things about some college football and he had to make his way back down to the camera. But you know, you were talking about some big games tomorrow, Eric, and Kentucky's got some holes to fill when it comes to that program right now.
Yeah, they do. They face some challenges, and you know, you don't really want to disparage Coach Stoops because he's done so much for the program. But this year, in some of the games, they just have not looked prepared. You know, and that's the kind of thing that you've got to place at the foot of the coaching staff. You know, and hopefully they'll be prepared tomorrow because you watched what they did in the Georgia game. You know, they could have possibly won that game. You know, and it just doesn't. You know, it's hard to understand how they have played in some of these other games, and you're hoping that they're mentally prepared and ready to go against Tennessee because that's a big-time rival, and it's been a long time since we were able to get one over on them. It would be just fabulous to get a victory in that ball game tomorrow.
Volunteers with a very strong running game, and that's one thing that Kentucky at times, you know, we've shown some flashes on defense that we can make some things happen, and then there's been some times that we look like we don't have much of a running defense, and the Wildcats traveling down to Tennessee tomorrow, another night game. I think this is the third or fourth night game that they have played, and that's tough on a team too, making the trip and playing late. So we'll see how the Wildcats fare tomorrow as they travel south to face the Tennessee Volunteers. We have got the signal from our scoreboard, and fresh 12 minutes on the clock here to start the third quarter. Bobcats will kick this one off. They have the lead 28-0. They'll kick off to start the third quarter. And Prestonsburg back deep. Looks like they have Dalton Elliott, and I can't see the number on the young man here closest to us, but he will handle no, he's going to let it go out of bounds. Looks like number 6. And that is Kane Patton. So he let the ball go out of bounds, and the Blackcats will take over with a People's Bank of Jackson first down from the 35-yard line at midfield. We'll see how the Blackcats come out. They'll show Holbrook as a wide receiver, and Dalton Elliott will be back in the backfield as the quarterback. Empty backfield for the Blackcats. Puts a man in motion, and he'll give to him. That is number 6 out of the backfield. That's Patton. Patton with some room to run, still on his feet. Picks up the first down and more. A big pickup that time for Kane Patton, and a good first play for the Blackcats with some momentum here in the third as they pick up the first down.
Yeah, that was a good play call by the Blackcats there. Like you said, empty backfield. They were spread out, which causes the defense to have to spread out. It's a good way to attack them with speed on the edge right there. The Bobcats are going to have to adjust if they continue to do that.
It is a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Blackcats. People's Bank working together to build success. Blackcats looking for some more success in the backfield. And that is Elliott again on a keeper. Direct snap, designed keeper for Elliott. He'll go around the right side, pick up about 5 or 6 yards, looks like, from here.
See a few of the Bobcats looking around there. They've got to know that these Blackcats are not just going to lay down.
No.
They're going to fight for these last 2 quarters, and they're going to have to, you know, Bobcats have to come out and answer the bell here in the second half.
Looks like 2nd and 6 from the 38-yard line. Ball over on the right hash into Bobcat territory now for the Blackcats. 10:57 on the clock. Blackcats go back to work with Elliott in the backfield. He'll take the snap, give inside, and he's met by a host of Bobcats. I believe that was Drake Hatfield, I believe, on the carry. We'll see as he rolls out of the pile. Hit right around the line of scrimmage, and that was Hatfield with the carry.
They're not going to find a lot of success, I don't think, trying to run between the tackles.
Yeah, I agree with you. Not inside. If you're going to run in the box, you got to have a blocker in front of you at this point for the Bobcats, because we've got 3 down linemen that probably playing the best football they've played all year, and made some changes in the linebacking core, and we're looking really good in that second line of defense for the Bobcats. 10-10 on the clock, 28-0 your score. And this time Elliott going to keep it and be tackled by Sawyer Hall, as well as Jason Tolson. Maybe a pickup of a yard. It's going to be 4th and 3 for Prestonsburg.
Yeah, the Blackcats, they're coming out and they're playing determined right here. There's no quit in them, and the Bobcats they're going to have to get back up to that level they were playing with in the first half. They can go a long way toward that if they can get to stop right here.
4th down and 2. Looks like a long 2 yards from here. 9:30 on the clock. 2 receivers to the right for Elliott. He'll take it. He'll have a blocker. He'll pick up. If they give him forward progression, he may have the first down, but will depend on where it's spotted. It looked like he made that initial contact and was able to pick up a yard, but the sign from the head referee is that the Bobcats will take over on down. So Elliott not able to pick up the first down on the ground. Looked like he had enough momentum. He got past that line of scrimmage, but the Bobcats there to make the stop.
Yeah, it's hard to tell up here, just how far their momentum has carried them. But, the Bobcats, they look like they didn't quite have the same intensity, but able to get that stop here on the opening drive of the second half. Hopefully they can kind of pick it up and just get things rolling like they were.
Bring up a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats as they'll take over on the 34-yard line. Snap back to Holland. Give to Thomas. Thomas going to be tackled and brought down right around the 37-yard line. 9 minutes on the clock. 28-0 your score.
We were talking about what kind of speeches were given at halftime. Whatever the Blackcats coach was saying, it looks like it's got them fired up, and they've come out here just like they were at the beginning of the ball game, Rob. They're ready to go, even down 28-0. But right now they've got their work cut out for them.
2 receivers to the right for Holland. He'll turn to the backfield. Quick throw over to Sperry on the screen play. Sperry made one defender miss and got about 1 or 2 yards after the reception. Lost his footing on the field. So to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Bobcats. Ball now on the 36.
That play was well read and defended by the Blackcats. Nice athletic play by Sperry to make the first defender miss, but just not able to escape the second one.
Ball up to the 37. Correction. 2 receivers to the left, Thomas and Sperry. Holland takes the snap, fakes inside to Gibson, sits back, throws across the field, and he's got a wide open Eli Thomas at the 40. Thomas still on his feet and ran out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds around the 18-yard line. So a big first down for Thomas. Came out of the receiver position with a big catch and scrambled down the field on the sideline. That'll be another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats with 7:55 on the clock.
Blackcats bringing pressure out there, Rob, but the Bobcat offensive line did a good job holding up and just kept the quarterback clean. And Holland made a nice throw, but if he had been able to put a little more air under it where Thomas could have caught it in stride, that would have been another house call.
Gibson in the backfield with a direct snap. We got a whistle. First thing comes to mind, Eric, is you talk about trying to shut down players on this team. You try to shut down Sperry, or you try to shut down Thomas, or you try to shut down Gibson. You've got a host of other skilled kids there that you can't stop them all at this point.
No, Coach Moore, he's blessed to have the talent he's got on this team. He's got just a host of ball carriers he can put in the backfield.
It's a difficult job to scout an offense like the Bobcats when we have a few weapons at receivers that are able to catch the ball and get open. But we've talked many times, especially last week, we talked about the stable of backs that Coach Moore has in the backfield. You talk about Braden Barnett, John Carter Holland, Gibson, Thomas. We've seen Braxton Terry get the ball down late in games and score. Just a number of kids that can get back there and go to work. We've seen them go to the wishbone with Tolson in at fullback. So just a number of kids in that running back core that the Bobcats are able to look to, and it's hard to stop an offense with that many weapons.
Yeah, it's hard to plan for an offense with that many weapons, and that just makes it so difficult when there's so many things that you have to prepare for. Looking at it from Coach Moore's perspective, that's awesome when you've got that many things that you can go to. Your team is that versatile. As rough as it is to defend for, it's pretty fun to prepare.
7:54 on the clock. Had a short time out there on the field. The Bobcats come back out on offense, get set to go to work. Once again in the Wildcat, Gibson taking the direct snap. He'll go around that right side, and he's going to be tackled for a loss, but they're going to get number 52, Stumbo, on the horse collar. So Logan Stumbo, number 52, will be called for the penalty.
You know, the Blackcats played that really well right there. Not a lot of room for Gibson to run in. You know, just happen to grab him, you know, from the horse collar and bring him down. Another mental mistake there.
Bobcats take advantage of the penalty. It'll move down to the 11-yard line. This will be first and short for the Cats. 7:45 on the clock here in the third quarter. Back in the wishbone for the Cats. Holland under center. Turns. Give to Gibson. Gibson with a blocker in front of him. Still on his feet. And finally brought down just past the 10, maybe up to the 8. See where they mark him down. So we got a player down on the field. We'll take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back after this short message.
So yeah, we've hit that time of year. Time to think about saving money. You know, the season of saving and upgrading at Appalachian Wireless. How about a brand new iPhone 13 for just a penny? iPhone 13 128 gig for a penny with a mix and match or unlimited plan. Terms and conditions do apply. Just visit AppalachianWireless.com for details. So let's do some saving and upgrading because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
All right, folks, we are back after the short time out on the field. Gibson able to get up and walk off the field. I think he's shaking off a stinger, shaking that left arm as he came off the field. 7:25 on the clock, 28-0 your score. Bobcats over Prestonsburg here in the third quarter.
You hate to see anybody down on the grass. Good to see Gibson jump up quick like he did and get off the field. Hopefully he'll be able to get back in the game.
Bobcat offense marching back onto the field with 7:12 on the clock. Holland in the I formation. Tolson, fullback. Barnett, tailback, turns, gives to Barnett. Barnett over the right end. And Braden Barnett into the end zone untouched with 6:57 on the clock. And that'll be another Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy scoring play for the Bobcats. And that'll make it 34-0 with 6:56 on the clock here in the third quarter for the Bobcats.
Looks like the Bobcats are preparing to go for two here to see if they can't get a running clock here in the second half, Rob.
I believe you're correct. Gibson back into the game. Looking like he's in good shape. Austin Barker will come off the field. And Terry in the backfield. So here comes Adam Spencer with the kicking block. So they've decided to go for one with 6:56 on the clock. And now they're going to call a timeout. And I think that's taken by Breathitt. We'll take it with them here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone
Braxton Terry on for the point after. The kick is up, and it looks to be good, and it is. And that'll make your score 35-0 with 6:56 on the clock here in the third quarter. Thanks again to Patrick Dunn for another scoring update. Corbin 21, Pulaski 6.
You know, Rob, something I don't quite understand is why you have to have a 36-point lead for a running clock. You know, I mean, if you're up
35,
if you're up 5 touchdowns, you know. But now they didn't consult with me when they made that rule.
No,
so
they didn't ask us. They didn't call us about that when they made that rule.
To be quite honest, nobody usually does consult with me all that much. So
actually, the white hat just looked up here and made the motion to run the clock, and the clock has started with 6:42 on it right now. Prestonsburg will come onto the field for the kickoff return. Coach Shorty Combs and Josh Barnett down in the huddle getting the kickoff team ready to kick this one off here in the third. 6:24 now on the clock, 35-0. Bobcats up over Prestonsburg here on senior night on the Riverbank. Great group of seniors on this ball club, and probably not as many as some other teams host. You know, a lot of teams you're looking at 10, 11, 12 seniors, and the Bobcats, you know, we've actually had some players come on late that are in this senior club with 5, 6, 7 guys that are seniors. Some of these guys played together for 2, 3, 4 years. Preston Turner with the kick, center right down the middle of the field, and it puts a boot to it. It'll be handled back around the 16 or 17-yard line. And the Blackcats, number 6, will field the ball. That is Kane Patton. And Patton was tackled pretty quickly after he made that reception. I'm not for sure what the flag over here on the sideline was for. We got a flag down from the line judge on the Breathitt County sideline.
that was a good job by number 11, Jason Combs, for the Bobcats to maintain, outside leverage there and not let him break it outside, because he was going for the sideline but not able to break containment.
Man, that's a beautiful term, outside leverage. That is a term that's used a lot in USA football. And you talk about a guy with a high football IQ over here, Mr. Call you Dr. Football.
You know, don't many times do I hear the word beautiful used in any way when someone's referring to me or anything I've said.
Outside leverage, very important on defense, and especially on a kickoff return, to push the running back or the receiver into the middle of the field where you got other defensive players coming to help and make the tackle and make the stop. Blackcats get set, go back to work, fake the handoff inside, and that's going to be Elliott again. He fights off a couple tackles, still on his feet, plenty of fight before he's tackled by big Waylon Abner.
Yeah, he did a really good job, showed some strength and determination there, but Bobcats just continuing to play aggressive and with a lot of determination on defense.
Yeah, Elliott that time breaking multiple tackles and making a couple guys miss, but Waylon there to make the stop from behind. 4:06 on the clock.
There's not a lot of things that you can kind of point to and say they could do better, but, you know, we're going to have to do a good job of wrapping up and not letting, ball carriers break tackles like that.
They have made good pursuit to the football tonight. They've had a good line of sight on the tackle, if you will. This time, Elliott going to keep it up inside. I think he actually ran into his own man. So we got getting a little chippy inside there. We got a referee coming over the top to one of the Bobcats, and one of the Blackcats able to walk away. We got multiple flags coming out on both of those guys, I believe, at this moment. 3:36 on the clock, 35-0 your score. So we'll get the announcement from the head referee. I thought it would probably be they want the clock to run. I thought it might be an offsetting penalty. We'll see. Personal foul against the Bobcats. And that's the way it'll stay. So personal foul will go against the Cats. And once again on that fact, they always say the second guy gets caught. A lot of times it happens that way. A lot of times these guys have been going at it for the whole game, and sometimes that just comes to fruition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. You have a tendency to kind of, react one way or think one way of whoever gets a penalty call at them, but you don't really know what caused them to to react the way they did.
2:55 on the clock, 35-0 your score. Give inside to Hatfield. That is number 4. That is Drake Hatfield on the carry. And second and we'll call it 8. Pickup of 1, maybe 2 yards.
The Bobcat defense, they're continuing to play with some intensity here in the second half and just making these Blackcats earn every yard that they're getting, Rob. They are, playing in their responsibilities. They're flying to the football, and they're hitting when they get there, which is what you really want to see.
2:20 on the clock now. Ball at the middle of the field. Over into Bobcat territory, up to about the 47-yard line. Blackcats go back to work with Elliott in the backfield at quarterback. Direct snap, and he's going to be the keeper. He'll keep it up inside. Going to be tackled by Alex Strong. Pickup of about 3 yards. He made a good cut that time. Elliott with a lead blocker coming around the left side, and he stuck a toe and put it back up inside to pick up 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah.
Third down and about 6.
Yeah, showed some good vision and decisiveness there. When he saw a hole, he put a foot in the ground and cut it up the field. Got what he could, but good job by Strong there to be there filling his gap.
Kobe Bird in at the nose guard, and also Wyatt Spencer in at a linebacker for the Bobcats. Defense gets set. Elliott will hand it off to number 6, and that is Patton. Patton's still on his feet. He'll be ran out of bounds, and more flags on the play.
I wonder if that's not going to be a hold out there on the receiver. It looked like they had a hold of the DB out there, so they couldn't shed the block and make a tackle. But
that's a couple times that we've seen Kane Patton get down the field and get down the field quick for Prestonsburg. See if this one's brought back with a penalty or if it goes against the Bobcats. Holding against Prestonsburg. So that'll bring that one back. Number 85, Adam Combs, running back, defensive tackle, senior, in for the Bobcats. And after the penalty, that'll be a People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Blackcats. Ball spotted on the 32-yard line over on the right hash. Elliott back in the backfield, empty backfield for the Blackcats, puts a man in motion. Busted play. Elliott making the most out of it as he'll bring it up. We got more chippiness going on here as the referee's trying to jump in here to calm down some tempers with less than 10 seconds on the clock. Elliott that time made something happen out of nothing. Looked like he was waiting on the running back to come his direction. To get the positive yards that he was able to get. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. We'll take a commercial break on BSN, and we'll be back. Bobcats up 35-0.
Hey, Brian Milam here for Appalachian Wireless. When we tell Eastern Kentucky we are you, it's true. We serve 28 counties with retail locations, and with over 300 cell sites, we have more than any other carrier. Keeping you connected, that's Appalachian Wireless.
What does one penny buy? How about an iPhone 13 at Appalachian Wireless? And now you can save up to 50% off select devices.
We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
The Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance wants to inform the general public that Little Flower Clinic is a full-service medical clinic available for everyone. We accept most major insurances like the one your employer provides and Medicaid. Little Flower has an experienced staff of medical professionals providing all types of services from general physicians, mental health services, dental, chronic disease case management, and even chiropractic. We have on-site x-ray and laboratory services. Little Flower Clinic, everyone's medical home in the mountains.
Back to the action. And in the backfield, Elliott will handed off. And we've got all kinds of flags coming from the sideline again. See what the call is from the White Hat. It'll go against the Bobcats.
I know if I was playing on that team, I'd be frustrated because I would want to get the shutout, and I would try to talk to my teammates and say, let's calm this down and finish this game out strong and cut out these mental mistakes here because we're helping these guys out with these penalties.
Face mask on the Bobcats. We'll move it down to the 10-yard line. That'll be another People's Bank of Jackson first down for Prestonsburg as they'll move down deeper into the red zone of the Bobcats. Elliott will take the snap, hand it off. The running back is hit immediately, finally brought down by a number of Bobcat defenders. And the ball carrier was number 5, Colin Hatfield. 9 games played, 60 attempts for 333 yards for Colin Hatfield. Don't know if Colin and Drake are brothers or cousins, but both of them in the backfield, number 4 and number 5 for the Blackcats. 10:36 on the clock, 35-0 your score. Prestonsburg trying to work into the knocking on the door of the end zone, if you will. They had it on the 10-yard line. Now the tackle for the loss brings up 2nd and 13 from the 13-yard line. Empty backfield for the Blackcats.
Familiar look here.
And we got a delay of game, I believe. Yep, delay of game penalty against the Blackcats with 10:04 on the clock. Clock continues to run here in this one. Bobcats up 35-0.
The Bobcats need to be aware here. The Blackcats have had some success out of this alignment here.
Sometimes deep, close down to the end zone, the 5-yard penalty like that doesn't hurt you so bad, especially, Prestonsburg sitting out here with 2 receivers each side, empty backfield. Elliott going to sit back to throw, rolls to his left, flushed out of there. He'll throw it, and he's got a man out there, and it's caught for the touchdown. I believe that was number 6, Kane Patton. We do have a flag down with another penalty marker down on the field. We'll see what the call is. With 9:18 on the clock. I'm guessing that the penalty is against Breathitt because both teams have walked down around the 3-yard line where the ball would be set. Unnecessary roughness against the Bobcats. Touchdown is good with 9 minutes on the clock. That'll make your score 35-6.
Yeah, the defender made the tackle after the Blackcats had scored.
After they scored. So that is a Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy scoring play for the Blackcats. First of the night for them. Make your score 35-6 with 8:40 on the clock. Blackcats will attempt the extra point, and it is no good. So after the kick's no good, we'll take a quick break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department, and be sure and check out Sanford's Deli. Hutch Automotive, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts, and stop and see them at Tire Works for all of your vehicle needs for the best price in town. Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic, if you're injured, Dr. Howard can help, including auto accidents, workers' compensation, no referral needed, over 22 years of experience. Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Batable. Be sure and shop in the store or online at rosebros.com. Breathitt Funeral Home, where they believe everyone deserves an honorable, respectable, and affordable final farewell. Newly renovated, and we have pre-need policies available. We treat your family like our family when only the best will do. YPK Motorsports with 4 locations in eastern Kentucky, Jackson, Hazard, Paintsville, and Ashland. In-stock machines ready for your family's next outdoor adventure. Visit ypkmotorsports.com for your next ride. Folks, welcome back to the Riverbank here in Jackson, Kentucky. Prestonsburg gets on the scoreboard. That makes your score 35-6 with 7 minutes on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Prestonsburg kickoff team will come out. Let's see if they put the boot to it or if they try to do a squib kick to get the ball back here in the fourth. Kick from the 45. It'll sail back to about the 20 and go out of bounds.
Sometimes those kicks to the up men there are effort. Getting up, then stick a hand up, let somebody give you a hand.
You know,
Don't push off somebody else.
I remember in practice always being told to roll off, roll off the guy, roll off the ball carrier and so forth. But getting up like that and using that guy below you with your knee or elbow to roll off is just not very sportsmanlike. I know Tolson had the ball carrier too, so that could have had something to do with that because Tolson, a young man that was hit with the personal foul penalty earlier. Bobcats come back out. Tolson at the tailback. I like seeing him in the backfield, though. You like that emotion. You want a kid to play with the guts that he plays with. Holland will give it to him again, and he picks up some yards. He's up to the 40, still on his feet, brought down out of bounds right around the 48, 49-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds to the 49. So another good run by Jason Tolson.
Yeah, good tough run. Good blocking again. Able to pick up another first down.
Good blocking up front, and Tolson making the best of his minutes back there at the tailback position. Ball on the 49. We another People's Bank of Jackson first down for the Cats as they'll move the chains. 2:45 here to go late in this one here in the fourth quarter.
Seeing him run the ball reminds me of being in the sixth grade when old Coach Wilton Lucas thought about putting me in the backfield once because we weren't having much success. And I remember Coach John Paul Chapman telling him, no, he needs to be on the offensive line. So that's where I stayed. Braxton Terry getting a carry right there, showing a lot of effort also, just like Tolson. Looks like Coach Moore is rewarding some of his seniors here that have been putting out so much effort for him and giving him a chance to carry the ball here.
You got to like seeing those guys in the backfield, too, because they do a lot of work on defense. And like you said, they're getting rewarded. And it's a big thing for a coach, to have a kid that wants to run the ball, but for one to come from a defensive position to be able to put them in the backfield and know what to do, to know that they know the plays. Once again, now we see Tolson moved up as a blocking back, and Terry at the tailback. Two receivers to the left, one to the right for Holland. He'll let the clock run down a little bit on the play clock. Calls for the snap. Give to Terry in the backfield. Terry cuts the right up inside. Drags a Blackcat about 5 yards, still on his feet. And Prestonsburg has brought everybody in except Elliott on the tackle.
Well, that young man, he looked like he was at Dollywood. He went for a ride right there.
So Terry up out of the pile. Still a little chippiness going on down there after the play. But Terry, I don't know what those new jerseys are made out of, but obviously pretty strong as Terry drags the young man about 5 yards before the Blackcats bring him down.
5 yards. It looked like he drove 10 or 12 to me.
Might have.
I think his heels were digging in.
So Holland going to step back and take a knee with 34 seconds on the clock. And Holland will bring the game ball to the sideline, give Coach Shorty Combs a high five.
I think that was a very good decision. I know he was
so too.
Rewarding those kids, letting them get a carry or two, but as chippy as it's gotten, no need to really let that continue.
So we'll call this one with 13 seconds left on the clock. The Bobcats victorious 35-6 over the Blackcats here on senior night. We'll take a break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this commercial break to name the Buckhorn Children and Family Services Player of the Game.
Jackson Physical Therapy is your locally owned and operated physical therapy clinic, serving Jackson and the surrounding areas. Owned by Colby Watts, Jackson Physical Therapy has a talented and experienced staff ready to meet all your physical therapy needs. Jackson Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of our local youth and sports teams. Call JPT at 666-9293 to schedule your appointment today and let us improve your quality of life.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
Family and hometown pharmacies have been serving Breathitt County for over 20 years and are proud to support our local athletes. They are hometown owned and operated by Portia and Everett Dunaway. Portia and Everett want you to know that family and hometown pharmacies are here for you. Now offering 2 ways to fill your prescriptions. Use the Refill Quick app on your smartphone or give them a call at 666-5519 or 666-5502.
All right, folks, we are wrapping this one up here from the Riverbank in Jackson, Kentucky, where on senior night, the Bobcats are successful 35-6 over the Prestonsburg Blackcats. Prestonsburg comes in 9-0, and they'll suffer their first defeat of the season at the hands of the Bobcats. They'll leave 9-1. Bobcats with a big win, Eric. The statement win coming in against a team in 2A that is ranked 6th. And boasting an undefeated season.
Yeah, when you come in undefeated like that, you have, you really have expectations that you're going to perform at a certain level, and they just kind of fell flat today. The Bobcats, like we've talked about through the evening, are playing their best football right now. Blackcats come in and really just get spanked by this Bobcat defense here tonight. If it wasn't for some penalties there on that one drive, I doubt that they would have even put any points on the board. So, just hats off to the Bobcat coaching staff. They've got a team that played with poise and focus and looked, like they were well coached and prepared to go tonight. And, I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, we got Walton Verona coming in next week as the first round of the state football finals will kick off here from the Riverbank, November the 8th at 7 o'clock. On the schedule, Walton Verona will come in to face the Bobcats and we'll get things kicked off in that first round. Folks, appreciate all you guys listening in tonight. I haven't had a lot of time to give some shout-outs and talk about anything other than scores, and it being senior night. Pleased to announce some of those seniors and talk about those guys here tonight, and appreciate you guys listening in. The Buckhorn Children's and Family Services, we appreciate them sponsoring tonight's game, and we also appreciate them sponsoring the player of the game. Tonight, Eric and myself have chosen a young man that has really come into his own throughout the season. He turned a lot of heads and raised a lot of eyebrows in his time as a middle school Bobcat, earning a lot of rewards and mentions and setting some records. But tonight we choose Eli Thomas coming out of the backfield for the Bobcats, putting the ball in the end zone multiple times and just doing some things not only tonight but throughout the season. The young man able to, you see him get tackled at the line of scrimmage and he comes back out next play of the game and scores a touchdown. Just the confidence that he has exuded here tonight and the way he has played. Like I said, not only tonight but throughout the season. And we're happy to crown Eli Thomas as tonight's Buckhorn Children and Family Services Player of the Game for his effort.
Did we have an honorable mention there?
I was waiting on you to bring that up, and I had to fight Eric tooth and nail for this one tonight as our honorable mention.
I don't know if we fought, because then, it might have turned out
differently.
But yeah, the defense just played so well. We've got to give them, some accolades here tonight. They played well on every level. The lines, the linebackers and defensive ends and secondary really looked good here tonight. Well coached, played hard. It was impressive, Rob.
It really was impressive, and it's something that, you don't take lightly when you go into the third quarter with a goose egg for the opponent's score. And the Bobcats tonight pitching a shutout through 3/4 of the game, keeping a team that's 9-0, that's won some close ball games, a team that's put up 40 and 50 points against, some teams that we put up 40 and 50 points. So needless to say, Prestonsburg with a good ability to score, and they have throughout the season. But the Bobcats here tonight defensively, like you said, an honorable mention for the whole squad on defense, flying to the football, swarming, making tackles, and able to shut down Prestonsburg and all the different sets and the things that they threw at them. Folks, we appreciate you being with us here tonight on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We appreciate our sponsors, Family Pharmacy, Hometown Pharmacy, People's Bank, and the Buckhorn Children and Family Service. As the Bobcats take on Walton Verona in the first round of the playoffs. For Darren Back, Matt Hudson, Ty Back, Eric Collins, I'm Rob Hounshaw. We'll see you next week on Bluegrass Sports Nation.